I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I'll explain that at the end of today's episode. But welcome back to Dead Pacifism, a series which at the current rate of completion will be completed after GTA 7. Our story kicks back up with Arthur needing to speak to the Fisher family, which if you are unaware, there are two main families in this chapter, the Fishers and the Conklins. And yes, all three women who are watching this video know exactly where I'm going with this. We need to speak to Conrad. Fuck. We need to speak to Conrad Fisher, and he confesses his love for a girl in the opposing family. He tasks us with delivering her a letter and a package, so we sneak over to her house, which is guarded by her inbred family members.
What? How did he see me?
This is a great time for me to point out something very important. Only 1% of you who watch my videos are subscribed, so please go subscribe or you might owe Arthur some money.
Knock, knock, Mr. Robe.
We eventually make it to the girl mentioned moments ago. We learn her name is Belly Conklin. We give her the letter and package, and she gives us a letter to give back to Conrad. Arthur, my boy, you have officially turned into an errand boy. From murdering towns of people to delivering letters between two inbred people.
Oh!
What a life. Once reaching back to Conrad, he tells us that she's going to protest for women's rights, and I tell him that she deserves to be in the kitchen.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
I tell him she deserves the right to vote, and we go to, quote-unquote, save her. By the way, everyone who's seen the show has to write to me in the comments if this is semi-accurate or not. Once reaching a place with all the women, I get a little nervous, because, look at all the women.
They'd eat me alive.
And this is coming from a man with a beautiful girlfriend, by the way. But once we reach the other side of town, we provoke Conrad's brother, Jeremiah Fisher, who is also in love with Belly. We leave because in the way of pacifism, I refuse to kill this man even if he is a butthole. But once we reach the middle of nowhere, we get paid and ride off into the sunset. But once we get back to camp, Hosea asks us to join him to go to the Conklins in order to resell the moonshine we stole last episode. Once we make it there, Mother Conklin has us sell the moonshine in the Fisher's bar for free. And we all know what happened last time we were at the bar.
You in here? You in here, Letty?
Lenny?
Oh, fuck, what the shit?
But once we sell all the moonshine, a group of also inbred hillbillies walk in and shoot at Marvin, Hosea, if you know, you know. But we run into our first issue of the episode.
Whoa!
Bastards from Shady Belle.
I want both those sons of bitches dead! Help me! You done, you piece of crap!
Ragdoll, no.
Safe to say, I wasn't going to be able to walk past this situation. Literally. Because the game physically stopped me from doing so. I tried again to make sure, and it didn't work. So without being able to get past them, or being able to melee him, I had to shoot him. Now, you might think that I gave up kinda easy, but the place I had to go was these doors in the back. The problem? The only way to get there was this walkway, which was blocked by this interaction. So not being able to melee him meant I had no choice but to shoot him and move on. However, this was the same problem as Hosea seemingly didn't want to attack the next enemies. So, with the same concluding evidence as in the last scene, I had to shoot the two enemies, because I couldn't exit the door without them being dead. But on a higher note, the rest of the mission was smooth sailing, as you don't need to kill anyone on the horses to progress the mission. We then talked to Dutch and Micah about the two inbred hillbillies that are in love with each other, and how Hosea is slightly less of a bitch. After speaking with the pair, Bill calls us over and mentions he wants to rob a bank. We get changed and head back to Valentine where the bank is located. But before we go, Strauss tells us that Mr. Downs, the man from the third episode who didn't have any money to repay his debt, is now dead, and we must go collect his money from his wife. Once reaching the bank, we threaten the manager with a good time and make him open the vault. Oh lord. However, in the spirit of dead pacifism, I didn't hit him to make him open the vault faster, as that would be mean. Once we get to the vault though, we have to crack the saves ourselves, but what happens when we open the saves shaked me to my core.
That's one.
What is that?
That's one.
What the fuck is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a sperm bank.
What?
Yep, we stole sperm. Probably to put up Karen's ass. But once securing all the goods, we make our escape with ease because you don't actually need to kill anybody in this mission. Once we beat the train, unlike Michael, we go to pay the Downs family a visit. But just like before, we don't see any of the money we collect from their payment and return to camp more or less empty-handed. But now I want to go over where I've been for the last month and reward you all with a sneak peek at Legend of the East. On September 24th, I released Dead Pacifism 10, but even that video took 2 weeks to complete. But as you can see, Dead Pacifism did pretty poorly in the YouTube algorithm, so I decided to take a good break from editing and YouTube altogether and just relax from editing and uploading content for the better part of 8 months. But this is kind of where it went downhill in terms of editing videos. For one, football season was now in full swing, and I was not going to miss any games, college or professional. 2, school was in its final stages of the first term, which means finals. Yay! 3, even when school did end, I had more free time, which meant I worked more and went to go visit my girlfriend more. But lastly, it was just burnout from editing almost every day for the better part of 8 months. I love making content, I love giving you all entertainment, but I had to take a break. I was just going to take a week or 2 off from editing, but it ended up being almost 4. But now we are here. I'm going to be uploading again, and we are going to complete Dead Pacifism. Eventually. But as promised, here's your sneak peek at Legend of the East. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Dead Redemption 2 is considered by many to be the greatest game of all time. Every list online you see has Red Dead Redemption 2 right at the top of it. Now, personally, it's number 2 for me behind one specific game that I'm not going to say.
You know the beginning.
But being a seemingly sole Red Dead Redemption 2 YouTuber now, because I'm the guy trying to complete the game passively. I'm not the only guy, but I'm the guy. Right? Well, with that all being said, I am contractually obligated as a Red Dead Redemption 2 YouTuber, don't look that up, to complete one singular challenge. I have split up this video into 3 chapters, which you can skip in the description. Oh yeah. But unfortunately, that's going to do for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and once again, I apologize for taking so long to upload. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a future upload. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great day.